You guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing well. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but it turns out the best women in the world are actually men. Now, while it might come off as being a little hyperbolic or a little transphobic, which is ridiculous, I am just simply a firm believer when it comes to biological anything, when it comes to competition, it needs to stay biological. And that simply means whatever genitalia you were born with, that is what you compete as. Now, I understand there is some cases where you're born with both things, but that's just something that doesn't happen often enough for us to be having this conversation. Listen, I'm all for equality. Men and women should be treated as equals. But we're not exactly the same, are we? There is a reason why a lot of sports has started banning men from entering into women's competitions. Now, I'm not going to beat that dead horse anymore, but it also is happening in things like chess, because the biological differences don't just end when it comes to physicality. But we are not going down that path in this video, so don't worry. Now, when it comes to things like women's beauty standards, I understand that there is some subjectivity to it, but there is quite a bit of objectivity as well. But what I don't understand is why we are labeling things male and female when it's seemingly not important anymore. The only people this movement has been benefiting is biological men. We have biological men entering into women's beauty pageants and winning, when in no way, shape, or form they should have won that competition, especially when you were arguably the ugliest person on stage. This has nothing to do with beauty standards. It is 100% a political move. When you are objectively the least attractive person in a beauty contest and somehow win, that is screaming politics. That is literal virtue signaling at its finest. These judges do not care if this person is the most attractive or the most liked. It does not matter. What does matter is that they don't get branded as a transphobic person. And the story I'm about to go over with you guys today is going to be a perfect example of that. Now, I know I'm going to get some hate because this story does come from Louder with Crowder. There are other publications that did publish this that were a little bit more soft in the whole topic, and I wanted to go in with a little bit more raw of a take. Now, where I do agree with Crowder maybe about 70–80% of the time, there is a giant chunk of time where I do not agree with him. But in all fairness to me, I have used everyone from Politico, Daily Mail, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, and the list goes on. So it would be weird to me if I didn't use a conservative source every so often. So the title of today's article: Missouri High School crowns male homecoming queen again. The patriarchy strikes again as men continue to take more things from women, as a high school in Kansas City, Missouri crushes the lifelong dreams of girls who have always wanted to become homecoming queen. Oak Park High School has given the award of homecoming queen to a male student in a dress. This is the second time the school has given the award to a boy at Oak Park High School after he beat 4 females. Photos posted by the school district show the man in a long purple dress and crown, with one of him bending over in what appears to be excitement. Another photo shows him posed with the biological females who lost the crown to him. The district was so proud that the guy won homecoming queen, they had to turn off comments. Oak Park crowned another man named Landon Patterson in 2015. One anonymous parent told Libs of TikTok that she is, "I'm appalled by NKC Schools' continued support of the LGBT agenda. NKC Schools says that there are champions of all students, yet by embracing radical political statements like this, they not only indoctrinate children, they are placing certain student populations over others. Having 2 homecoming queens that are boys is a disgrace to the NKC school community. I hope more parents, community members, and district employees start speaking out and start protecting children." Now, while I agree with the overall sentiment from this parent, I think grooming is a little bit far when we're talking about high school kids. Are they impressionable? Sure, but you're at a point where you're a little bit better at decision making. We're not talking about elementary school kids. Now, I did have to check on Instagram if the school did turn off the comments for this post, and yeah, sure enough, they did. I think it should be quite telling for you that this isn't a popular thing to do if you have to turn the comment section off on your page. Understand this: I do not care if you identify as a woman if you're a man, or vice versa. I really do not care. What I do care about if it's at the expense of the biological sex that you are competing against. Whether it be beauty pageants or sporting events, I do not care. If you are biologically a man, you should not be competing in these events. Now, people want to get into the XXXY debate, but I don't even care about that. What I do care about is what you were born with physically. But because we are all born with a certain genitalia, that's how we have to go about things. Hear me out. Not everybody is born with the same genetics. Some of us are more gifted. Some of us are taller. Some of us have the ability of adding more muscle to our bodies a lot easier than others, and so on on and so forth. The biological lottery is not always in our favor. Trust me, if you look around, you can see it. You don't get to identify as a different race and for it to be widely accepted, do you? You don't get to identify as being 6'2" and jacked because you feel that way, do you? I just simply care about objective reality when it comes to competition. I do not feel like that's too much to ask. But I am going to end this here, and of course, I want to hear what you guys have to say in those comments down below. I do have some computer issues I do need to handle, so I might not post a video for another day or two, but I will post as soon as I possibly can. Just some simple software stability issues, nothing too big, I'll have it figured out. But as always, do not forget to hit the like or the dislike button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.